Iran confirms threat against Americans as they release an unsettling announcement. We're going to go over this later and confirm what precautions we may need to take. Also, reports confirm that only one of 3 Iran nuclear sites were hit by our bombers, which raises a huge concern inside the White House. We've got a lot to go through today, but before that, make sure to subscribe to become a civic patriot today.
We now have some exclusive reporting from NBC News to bring you this morning. A new U.S. assessment has found that last month's American strikes on Iran only destroyed 1 of 3 nuclear sites. And then the other 2, they were not as badly damaged, and they may have been downgraded to just a point where nuclear enrichment could resume in the next several months. That's according to 5 current and former U.S. officials familiar with this assessment. Well, additionally, a current U.S. official and 2 former U.S. officials told NBC News that U.S. Central Command had developed a much more comprehensive plan to strike Iran, but that President Trump rejected it. It would have lasted weeks and involved hitting 3 additional sites.
So were these nuclear sites destroyed? If you ask Iran, they're in good shape. In fact, they're threatening to raise uranium enrichment to weapons-grade levels and exit the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. That is, if United Nations sanctions are reimposed. Iran's supreme leader has confirmed that they're prepared to strike back if they're attacked again. I'm sure you remember our B-2 bombers hitting them just some time ago. A military exercise that pushed both Iran and Israel into a delicate ceasefire. Which brings up a terrifying thought. It sounds as if they're already prepared for a nuclear war, with their leadership stating that Iran is ready to face the power of the United States, that they have stronger weapons this time around. To make matters worse, there's a new report of an Iranian campaign raising millions of dollars to have President Trump assassinated.
Breaking tonight, extremists in Iran have reportedly raised a whopping $40 million as a reward for assassinating President Trump. This all because Joe and Kamala and Mayorkas, they all lied to us for 4 years. They said the border was closed, but they allowed millions and millions of unvetted illegal immigrants from over 200 countries, including countries with terror ties, into our country. The task ahead is monumental. The good news is a lot of progress is being made, but it's going to be hard.
President Trump on his end doesn't seem too concerned though. It sounds as if he knows the reality behind the strikes done by our troops against Iran. And if you asked him, they're desperate to end this war since they know they can't go up against a superpower like the United States. So he's basically calling their bluff.
They want to negotiate. They want to negotiate badly. We're in no rush because, we said we could have made a deal. They should have made a deal. And then we bombed the hell out of their various places. We're in no rush, but if they want to negotiate, we're here.
President Trump says Iran is eager to negotiate. All of this as sources tell Fox News that a new deadline has been set to reach a new nuclear deal with the Middle Eastern country. Let's bring in Mike Pompeo, Fox News contributor and former Secretary of State. Sir, welcome to you and good to see you. First, do tell us what you see here happening next as far as Iran eager to negotiate, says President Trump.
Well, it's good to be with you as well. Look, I'm confident the Iranians will say they're eager to negotiate. I doubt they're prepared to do what it takes to actually get an outcome that puts America first, right? An outcome where, as President Trump has said, they won't be able to enrich uranium, an outcome where they stop their terror campaigns across the world. Those are things the Iranians haven't said they're prepared to do. The regime is badly hurt. They are deeply weakened by the attacks that President Trump did on not only their nuclear facilities, but the work that the Israelis have done across the region as well. So I'm sure they want to negotiate, but as President Trump, I think, tweeted, this is going to look a lot more like surrender for the Iranians. It's going to look like them re-entering the world on terms that make sense for the United States of America and for the Middle East and the Gulf states there, not on terms that the regime so far has given any indication they're prepared to accept.
Here's my question. Do you trust that the president is in complete control of the situation? And are you worried about possible domestic attacks here at home from sleeper cells? Make sure to comment down below. If you found any value from this video, become a civic patriot and subscribe to the channel. It also helps if you drop a like. As always, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.